Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we have another CGC returns. Can I see this box here? I think this is an order that we did from a live break and has some customer cards on it. I'm going to try to pull them out without shaking everything too much and move it off to the side, relatively off to the side anyways. Alright, so the first card is the War Turtle. Oh yeah, so I believe someone had sent me an Expedition base set pack to open up so that he could have it graded. Oh yeah, this is from the Neo Rev break. I don't remember how many Neo Rev cards we did have graded, but I know we did have a few. But the very first pack that was opened up was an Expedition base set pack, and the guy had all of his cards graded from that booster pack. So we're going to start with a 9 on the War Turtle, got a 9 on the Flaffy. Looks like got a 9.5 on the Clefairy, pretty good there. Got a 9 on the Oddish. If I remember right, these all had like one white dot on them, which Expedition, all the e-reader sets are kind of bad for that. Usually they're in like pristine or they have one little white dot. There we go. Well, we've got a pristine one there on the Ponyta. Oh yeah, that one doesn't have that same white dot that we were seeing on the others. Let's see if the next one does. Potion doesn't right there. Maybe that little white mark right there. Maybe that's what kept it from getting the 10. There's the Vileplume. Got the nice swirl in the top right. That one pulled a 9. Had a white dot as well. There's the reverse holo. Had the Magmar. Cool thing about the e-reader sets, I mean, at least you get a reverse holo. And those reverse holos, they're a lot more valuable than like the reverse holos you see from modern sets. Ooh, here's our first actual Neo Rev card. Pulled a 9 on the Porygon 2. I don't think any of these had like the holo bleed, which the Porygon 2 in general, it's fairly holographic. There was a, there's Ho-Oh, Misdreavus. There's a few cards like that can shine through. Got the 9.5 on the Moltres. Nice. So we did open up a Fossil first ed box with the Neo Rev. What do we have next? Got a 9.5 on the Muck. So didn't pull out the 10. I think it's because of the centering. Yeah, you can see the centering's off a little bit. So that's some of the light bit of dust on the corners, or not on the corners, but on the back surface. Got a 9 on the Zapdos. And for those of you who don't know, the Evolution Box error where it's missing that part of the holo, that's on every single one of the versions, or every single first edition Zapdos that we know of anyways. There is on Unlimited, they've got corrected, they've got the error, they have 1999 2000 Cosmos come from the Thunderstorm, and then there's also the very rare Galaxy Foil in 1999, so those are pretty tough. Pulled 9.5 on the Gengar. Man, a lot of the Gengars we've pulled out have been in such good shape. We pulled a 10 on one of the previous Gengars. Here's the Celebi. Now, this is one card that, if this was all holo, it'd be considered like a holo bleed, but you can see it. There's only like a few spots on it that are holo. It pulled the 9. See that white dot in the top left of the backside. Shining Magikarp also pulled the 9. This is one that, if it's all holo, I mean, it just looks beautiful, but that's one that can have that thick holo bleed as well. So far, just 9s on the Neo Rev holos. Got a 9.5 on the Zapdos. The only 10 we've seen so far is the Ponyta, but a lot of good grades on the holos, 9s and 9.5s. Another 9.5 Moltres. It's always nice to see those high grades. 9.5 on the Raichu as well. See the front and back. That one didn't have the pedigree. What do we have next? Got the Hitmonlee, the no stain Hitmonlee. We did pull one. That one pulled the pristine 10, if you guys remember. What else do we have here? Got a Dragonite. There we go. Pulled the 9. No pedigree on that one. Kabutops with the 9. Man, very consistent on the 9s and 9.5 so far on this submission. Another 9.5 on the Gengar. A great looking card. Big congrats to everyone pulling the grades out. Got a 9.5 on the Golem. My favorite non-holo or non-rare from Fossil. 9.5 on the Graveler. Got a 9.5 on the Golduck. Staying pretty consistent here. 9.5 on the Sandslash. Dropping down to the 9 with Magmar. Must have had 2 white dots. What is next? Ghastly. I can't remember if we had any modern cards graded on this one or not. There's a 9.5 on that one. 9.5 on the Gambler. 9.5 on Psyduck. So close. So many 9.5s. 9.5 on the Kingler as well. There we go. Pulled a 10. Got a 10 on the Krabby. Good to see that yellow 10 up there. 9.5 on Shelter. Hoping we got a few hollows down here at the end, but we may not. I can't remember what all was graded. There's a 10 on the Geodude, so there's a second 10 on Wizards of the Coast, both for Fossil. Oh yeah, we did grade a little bit of V-Star Universe, it looks like. Got a 9.5 on the Charizard V. Ooh, got a pristine 10 on the Fire Energy. And a 10 on the Zacian V. Zacian. That, yeah, special art rare. All the different terminology that's being used with these things. It used to be pretty easy. Like if it was a break, you could tell it was a break. If it was a flare, you could tell it was a flare. A-spec, they kind of set it on the card. With the alternate art, character rare, art rares, special art rares, all that stuff, the only way you really know is by looking down here at the bottom. Sometimes it even changes from English to Japanese, like with the trainer galleries. They've got the 9.5 on the Simisear. Ooh, got a 10 on the the Magmortar. And of course, if you guys know the set, they've got one where it's got the Electivire and the Magmortar again, but it's the Electivire card. It's a little bit different artwork. Oh, here it is. That one right there. And they pulled the 9.5 on the Electivire. That would have been cool if they'd both gotten 10s and they were sequential. 10 on the Haunter. Got a 9.5 on the Ghastly. Did we finish with the Gengar? What did we finish with? Oh, finished with a Mewtwo V-Star. There we go. Pristine 10 on that one. Well, guys, that's it for this return. Let me know what you think about the grades that we got. They were pretty consistent, all very high. Did we have an 8.5 or lower? Might have all been 9s. I want to say that there was an 8 in there somewhere near the beginning, but I can't remember. Those were all pretty consistently high, all box fresh during the break. But I'd say I'd say the 9.5 Gengars, those are probably worth the most out of all the hits. The Dragonite 9 is pretty good, but I think that extra 0.5 on those Gengars would bump it a decent amount ahead of the Dragonite. But let me know what you think. What do you think is the most expensive card that we ran into during this CGC return? Thanks.